Hello and welcome to beautiful West Yellowstone Airport. We are on the way from here to Redding, California in this episode of Drinking and Flying and Driving and Drinking. This is Clipper Flight 125. This is also Majestic's beautiful Dash 8 Q400, the latest version. It is ORBX is scenery, and Active Sky Next is providing the weather. I just got my new Thrustmaster modified joystick back from a gentleman named Robert Lemoyne here on YouTube, who takes them apart and smooths them out and cleans them up and lubes them up and puts them all together and makes them about 100,000 times better than new. You can search him on YouTube here, and he charges not nearly enough given what he does, and this is just a treat to behold. It basically turns the Thrustmaster joystick into everything you always wished it would be, but it isn't, because it's kind of gritchy and glinchy and ginchy and stiction-y in the middle, and what he does is he basically makes it all smooth and wonderful. So without further ado, let me quickly show you where we're going today. Here is our route as we zoom out a little bit. Here we are in West Yellowstone, and we are going to fly a standard instrument departure out of here. We are going to hit the Dubois or Dubois, depending on where in the United States you're from, VOR. We are going to shoot out and head to the Boise VOR, at which point we'll pick up Victor 113, and we'll take that to Salt Lake City, Rome, and then we will segue on to Victor 122. We will shoot through Lakeview on that, continue on Victor 122 out of it, then go to Klamath Falls, McMinnville, Oregon, and head southwest down to Redding, at which point we will probably, given the procedures they like to do, actually come down, instead of direct here, go down to Red Bluff and pick up the instrument approach procedure. I'm not sure whether I'll do an RNAV or an ILS into runway 34, which is the main arrival and departure runway into Redding. All in all, it's a really nice flight. I think we're going to be flying at flight level 260. The weather looks nice outside, and so let's get buttoned up and let's get going. And because I know what I like to watch, and I'm hoping it's what you like to watch, at some point I'm just going to shut the hell up here, because having seen some of these videos and having seen plenty of other better videos, you probably already know what to do and when to do it. So let's shut the doors. There we go. And we'll come inside and we'll get going. We'll get pushed back and we will depart on runway 19. There's no wind, so we'll just do 19 because that's the preferred way. At least it is at the moment. Last time I checked, so here we go. We are inside and we'll do our startup flow. Our main bus tie is on, intakes are closed, heats are off, anti-ice is off, lights are to our liking, APU is on. Let's turn the ignitions on, turn our anti-collision light to red to warn people we are going to be starting up shortly, turn our fasten seatbelts on. Bleeds are off, free circs on, the APU is running the bleeds and the gens. Let's quickly check our caution lights and advisories. Okay, all the lights light up there, and all the lights light up there. That's good. Everything else is copacetic. Let me kill our caution here, and our caution here. Make sure our anti-skid is tested and on. It is. Make sure down here our steering is off. It is. Our gust lock is on. Parking brake should be on for the moment. Quickly do an auto feather test. Watch it go. As we do, we'll check our route. Coming out of West Yellowstone, yada yada, yada yada. And we'll ultimately go direct to Dubois or Dubois, depending on whether you're French or not. I grew up in western Pennsylvania, and we had a town called Dubois. But then again, we also had a town called North Versailles. So that's how sophisticated we were. Check the rest of our route. That all looks kosher. That is normal. That's our missed approach. That's assuming we get this. We can always change it, obviously. I took out the no link between the en route and the approach, just assuming we'll get it, but obviously if we don't, we'll put something else in right here. Anyway, our fuel, let's check that. Okay, we've got crap loads. That's good. That's fine. And we've already set our V-speeds. We're already on go-around mode. We've already got our initial altitude set. Alt-cell is on. Right. We'll set that to runway heading when we get there. Okay, that's cool. Bada bing, bada boom. Our power levers are a disc. Our fuel, our condition levers are fuel cutoff. Flaps are off. Trim is set. I've got our first two VORs programmed in. The first one into nav1, the second one into nav2, and I've got it set up so that they will display as green and white needles here. Okay, that's cool. So, let us get ready to start and push. We're going to push nose left. Set up to start 2. And make sure I've got our landing altitude right. It's not set right, so let's set it for our 500 feet above our field, in case we have to come back here. And make sure our trim is set. It is. And let me get our current weather right now. Set our altimeter. Using Active Sky Next, so that's at 122.0.
Kilo Whiskey Yankee Sierra Airport information. Foxtrot 0455 Zulu. Weather wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 5. Dew point 2. Altimeter 3033. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Foxtrot Kilo Whiskey Yankee Sierra Airport.
3033, and it's Foxtrot in case we were talking to ATC, which we're not, so we'll set 3033 here. There we go. We'll keep 2992 here because we're going to be going to a flight level. And we'll double check, and that is our field altitude. And now that we're here, we will also set an MDA 1000 above this, which we'll use as our the point where we will pull our levers back to climb our acceleration altitude and make sure our flaps are up and everything else is taken care of in that regard. It's a little bit finicky here, so there we go. This is not strictly speaking our MDA. This is just a reminder for us. We'll set it to 7660. I'll be 1,000 feet above field elevation, and you notice there the cyan bar is coming on up, and it will shoot right past it. And that's basically just to remind us when to pull the props back and when to nose down a little bit to start to climb. We will set our decision height for 200, which is the decision height for an instrument approach back into here, if it comes to that, which it won't. We'll double check our V-speeds, and that's cool. And our fuel is set. Our transponder is on standby if we were using ATC, which we're not. Our gust lock is on. So, our yaw damper should be on. That's one more thing. And runway heading, let's find out. West Yellowstone. Runway heading is 0. It's 192 magnetic. Okay, so we'll set 192. Bearing in mind that twiddling the knobs on a computer is a lot harder than twiddling the knobs in a real plane. Okay, there we go. Heading set to 192, and when we get to the departure runway, we'll double check, and that'll be our sanity check to make sure we're on the right runway. There's only one, let's try that in English, there's only one runway here, so that's not as big a problem as it can be someplace else. But planes have crashed and people have died because they're on the wrong runway, so there you go. Alright, double checking that our doors are closed. They are. So let's call for a push. And to do that in the -8, we go to services and we're going to request a push nose left. And we'll listen to the German.
We are ready for pushback.
We are ready now. Please release parking brake.
And we will release the parking brake. That's the squeak.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back now. You're clear to start the engine number 2.
And we're starting 2. We'll look outside and see where we're going. There we are. And in a second, we will put an end to this nonsense right there. Okay, brake comes back on.
Parking brake set. Can we get clearance at number 1?
If you want to use any electronic equipment, we would kindly ask you to contact us first.
It's always
For
free and
takeoff and
clear or
landing,
else
these
clear.
devices must
Clear
be
to
switched
start
on
the engine
and
number
the
1.
cellular
And we start number 1.
during the entire flight. We wish you a pleasant stay on board.
And up come the condition levers. And then we just monitor the start. Notice that 2's already all in the right places. And we have a good start on 1. And in a second that'll go to 220 and these will climb into the green. And the turbine speeds will be in the right place.
Your attention to the international safety regulations. This aircraft has 6 emergency exits. 2 exits are located in
Okay, well, we're here to get things going, and because we're cross-tied to number 2, we'll start moving number 2 up to full, and then we'll turn the gens on
to fasten the seatbelt.
and
Two ends together.
turn off our APU.
To unfasten the seatbelt, lift the upper plug
Okay, we're all stable on number 1, so we can move the props up on that as well.
and seal it with a plastic bag.
While we're at it, we'll move our flaps to 10, which is our takeoff flaps, and come upstairs here.
The life vest over your head.
Bleed air is already off. We'll turn the bleeds and packs on for the engines.
When leaving the aircraft,
Turn the APU gen off and turn the APU off as well. Now that we're all started and both engines are turning, we'll turn the bus tie off.
please refer to the safety instructions.
We'll work our way down this side here,
Thank you for your attention.
turning on all the heats. including windshield heat, and you'll notice that you know, I could really speak English better than I do, but I don't. So my apologies. We notice that our annunciator panel is black, so that's good. And at this point, we'll turn on our taxi light, we'll turn our anti-collisions to white, we'll turn the rest of the lights on. Everything else here is fine. Gens are on, and while we're at it, we will check all our vital signs here. And we'll note that our batteries are cool. They're neither charging very much or discharging very much. We've got the right DC voltages, we've got the right AC voltages, and at this point we'll turn our pumps and standbys on. So on they go. And you saw the hydraulics come up there. Our flaps are set correctly. We'll test the standby hydraulic system, and you'll notice that the number 3 line will come up. Watch this. There we go. Caution will come on because it comes on when you're using it. We'll cut that off, and then we will cut off the standbys. And off they go. And that'll bleed on out. That's gone. We'll look down, make sure that our auxes and standbys are on. They are. Flaps are set. Trim is set. We will turn on the nose wheel steering. We will very quickly check our controls, and they are free and clear. Turn this to taxi. And there we go, and we will head out to runway 19. We will look and we will notice that our bleeds are warning us, and that's because on takeoff the bleeds need to be on min, and so there they are. Everything else looks copacetic. At the moment our gust lock is on. When we take the runway we'll turn that off. It's very embarrassing if you forget. So here we go. Making sure initially that our new joystick, or our newly refurbished joystick, works, and so far it does. It's never a bad thing. Looking, by the way, right here to make sure our props are, for the most part, in the ground range, in the beta range, as we taxi. And I am, as we work the tiller here, keeping a minor eye on our ground speed here. We shouldn't really be taxiing more than 20 knots. That's considered poor form, I suppose. Making sure my instruments are where I want them here. They are. As we lumber with a pretty hefty load of passengers and fuel. Where they came from, I don't quite know. To runway 19. Now, because I notice us pulling just a little bit to the left here, what I'm going to do is when we get to the hold short point, I'm going to cut the tape and I'm going to go adjust my joystick, and we'll pick it up when everything is a little bit more kosher. You notice we're weaving around here like a drunken middleweight, so my apologies to to all of you in the jump seat. And here we go, coming up on the end of the runway. Bring our props and power levers back. And set ourselves up at our hold short point right here on Alpha. I'm just going to very quickly put on the parking brake, kill my caution, and cut the tape for 1 second while I get the control issues sorted out. Okay, we are back holding short here, as you can see, of runway 19 at West Yellowstone. We are heading to Redding, California. I think we fixed our control issues. We should be ready to go, and at this point we would ordinarily be calling the tower saying we're holding short of runway 19 on Alpha, ready for departure, and we would get clearance to line up and wait or just to go. So let's go. We'll check our approach. We'll check the other end. That is cool. We'll take the runway. And as you see, as we climb out of here, this is just a damn beautiful place. And we're going to be flying over some really beautiful territory on top of that. This is one of ORBX's airports, and we'll be flying over ORBX's Central and Northern Rockies, and then Northern California. So all in all, it's going to be just nonstop beauty. All right, we'll set the parking brake. We'll come down, make sure our pumps are on. They are. We'll make sure our bus tie is fine. It is. Our heats are on. Our landing lights are on. Our taxi lights are off. Our APU is off. Ignitions are normal. Our bleeds are fine. They're set at min. They should be. Our packs are on. Our seatbelt signs are on. Our temps are fine. Our engines are cool. Our gust lock can now come off. Our props are max. Our initial altitude is set. Outcell is engaged. We've got our V-speeds. We are on the right runway. And finally, we will take our transponder, set it to alt, and we will notice that our TCAS is on advisory and resolution advisory. That is good. We are neither receiving VOR1 or VOR2 because we are on the ground, and it looks like we're good to go. So we're going to be looking for 80 knots first, and then 124 V1 and VR, and we're going to be climbing out of here at about 140 some. We'll see what happens. Anyway, here we go. We will stand up the power levers, watch the engine stabilize. They do. Release the brakes and slowly advance the power levers to the index speed, which is NTOP power, normal takeoff power, which is about 90%. Any more than that, and you're probably looking to get out of danger, and we're not in danger yet. Coming up on 80 knots. There we go. Cranking in lots of right rudder. Looking for 124. V1 and rotate. And up we go. Pitch up right to the magenta bar. Positive rate. Trim down a little. And gear up. And because we're above V-fry, which is 137, we'll start to bring the flaps up. And we're coming up on our acceleration altitude. So, in one more second, we will nose down slightly. We're already going up like a bat out of you-know-where, so there we are. We'll nose down just a little bit. And we will bring the props back. And our first VOR is off to our right, you notice. And we will just hand fly it on up to cruising altitude. Getting ready for a right turn. While we wait, I'm going to turn off our pumps and our auto feather, and bada bing, bada boom. And make sure that we are sequencing correctly. If not, I will. And we're not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually follow the magenta line here, and then I will enter a direct 2 in the FMS. That sometimes happens. There we go. So we'll go direct to 7 dBs right there. And now, as you can see, we are literally on the right track. What it did there was, for some reason, it assumed we were doing a missed approach out of there, and it sequenced us to the missed approach and the hold, and obviously we're not doing that. So sometimes discretion is the better part of valor, and manual intervention is the better part of automated flying, I guess. I don't know. Just trim down a little bit. And I'm going to go into IAS mode. Climb at about that speed, which is a pretty decent speed to climb. I'm going to engage the autopilot just so I can take care of some housekeeping here. And I will take note that we've been cleared up to our cruising altitude, which is flight level 260. We're flying west. Young man. Alright, we'll do our after takeoff checklist as we're climbing here. Our standbys are off, our pumps are off, our auto feather is off, our bleeds can come to normal. We are not getting bumped around, so we can turn our fasten seatbelts on, we can turn our approach lights off. Everything on this side remains the same. Everything over here is cool. We can, while we're at it, set our landing altitude at Reading, which is going to be 505, so we add 500 to that, and we'll make it 1,000 feet even. You want to be fully depressurized by 500 feet above your landing altitude. We'll also take the opportunity to look at our pressurization. We'll see that the cabin's at 6,000, which is cool. And The differential is tolerable, and that's cool. And our cabin temperatures are fine. There's no reason to complain. We've got no caution and warning lights. We are climbing at the right speed. What I will do is I will just move our heading bug so that we are pointing in the right direction. And we are going to Dubois the VOR, at which point we will turn to the east, turn to the southeast, and go first to Boise, and then to Rome. So Boise's going to be 113.3, which I believe I already have in there, and then Salt Lake City, Rome is 1125. So let me just set that as a standby. So we've got our first VOR, our second VOR, and our third VOR loaded in right there. Again, we're squawking altitude, and everything is copacetic. So what I'm going to do, now that we're above flight level 180, we'll set a standard altimeter. There we go. And I'm going to shut the hell up for a while. And let's just, since we're going to California, just listen to the boys.
See that girl barefoot in the lawn, whistling and singing, she's carrying on. Got laughing in her eyes, dancing in her feet. She's a neon light line and she dance on the street. Hey, 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 coming by every day. Hey, 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 coming by every day. Well, everybody's standing in the ring around the sun. Nobody's finished, we ain't even begun. So take off your shoes, child, take off your hat, shine your wings like you haven't had. Hey, 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 coming by every day. Hey, hey, coming by every day. Take a vacation, fall out for a while. Summer's coming in and it's going out in style. Well, light out smoking, honey, have yourself a ball. 'Cause your mama's down in Memphis, won't be back till the fall. Hey, 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 coming by every day. Hey, hey, coming by every day. Hey, coming by every day. Coming by every day. St. Stephen with a rose, in and out of the garden he goes. Country garden in the wind and the rain, wherever he goes, the people all complain. Stephen prosper in his time. Well, he may and he may decline. Did it matter? Does it now? Stephen would answer if he only knew how. Wishing well with the golden bell, bucket hanging clear to hell. Hell, I play twixt now and then. Stephen, fill it up and lower down and lower down again. Riding Woodford across the morning sky. Sunlight's black tools, dawn with answer. Darkness shrugs and bids the day goodbye. Speeding arrow, sharp and narrow. What a lot of few matters you have spoken. Several seasons with their treasons. Wrap the babe in scarlet covers, call it your own. Did it doubt or did it try? Answers are plenty in the by and by. Talk about your plenty, talk about your ills. One man gathers what another man spills. Saint Stephen will remain, all lost he shall regain. Seashore washed by the suds and the foam, been here so long he's got to call it home. Fortune comes a-crawling, Goliath a woman, spinning that curious sense of your own. Can you answer? Yes, I can. But what would be the answer to the answer man? Look out of any window, any morning, any evening, any day. Maybe the sun is shining, birds are winging, no rain is falling from a heavy sky. What do you want me to do for you, to see you through? For this is all a dream we do, one afternoon on the double. Walk out of any doorway, feel your way surprised when you find me dreaming while going home. What do you want me to do for you to see you through? It's all a dream we dream one afternoon on the road. Walk into splintered sunlight, inch your way through dead dreams to another land. Maybe you're tired and broken, your tongue is twisted with words half spoken and thoughts unclear. What do you want me to do for you to see you through? A box of rain will ease the pain, and love will see you through. Just a box of rain, wind and water. Believe it if you need it. If you don't, just pass it on. Sun and shower, wind and rain, in and out the window like a moth before a flame. tell me so. Seems so long I felt this way, and time sure passing slow. Still I know I lead the way, they tell me.
Kilo Romeo Delta Delta Airport information Hotel 0653 Zulu weather wind 337 at 3 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 18 dew point 8 altimeter 29998 advice on initial contact you have information Hotel Kilo
standing on the beach, the sea will part before me. And you will follow me, and we will ride to glory. And I'll call down thunder and speak the same. And my word fills the sky with flame. And might and glory gonna be my name. And they gonna light my way. My time coming any day. Don't worry about me, no. Gonna be just like they say. Them voices tell me so. Seems so long I felt this way, and time sure passing slow. My time coming any day. Don't worry about me, no. Don't worry about me. No, no, don't worry about me, no. And I get no worry. No, 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 don't worry about me, no. And I get no worry. No, 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 don't worry about me, no. And I get no worry. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I would dance till I was alone. She was fine and fair. She had lovely looks and cold black hair. Till she gained old Samson's mind. When first he saw this woman, she looked so fine. Till she climbed up on old Samson's knee. Said, "Tell me where your strength lies, if you please." And she spoke so kind, she talked so fair. Till Samson said, "Delilah, you cut off my hair. You can shave my head, clean as my hand. My strength coming natural as any old man. If I 20 years ago. Here beside him stands a man, a soldier from the looks of him, who came through many fights but lost at love. While the storyteller speaks, a door within the 5 weeks suddenly flies open, and a girl is standing there. Eyes alight with glowing hair, all in fancy paints as fair. She takes her fan and throws it in the lion's den. Which of you to gain retail will risk uncertain pains of hell? I will not forgive you if you will not take the chance. Sailor gave at least a try, the soldier being much too wise. Strategy was a strength and not disaster. Sailor coming out again, the lady fairly leapt at him. That's how it stands today. You decide if he was wise. Storyteller makes no choice. Soon you will not hear his voice. His job is to shed light and not to master. nothing to believe in. The compass always points to terrapin. Sullen wings of fortune beat like rain. You're back in terrapin for good or ill again. For good or ill again. much as scared of Stegally. Stegally is a mad man and he shot my belly dead. Bio, go get him, or give the job to me. Sweet DLT. How the hell can I arrest him? He's twice as big as me. Well, don't ask me to go downtown. I won't come back alive. Not only is that mother big, he packs a 45. Just give me a gun. He shot my Billy dead. Now I'm gonna see him hung. She waded to the lion's blood through Billy the lion's blood. Stepped up to Stegally at the bar, said, buy me a gin for his love. As Stegally lit a cigarette, she shot him in the bones. Blew the smoke off of her, he found her, had him dragged to city hall. Bye-yo, see you hanging high. He shot my belly dead, and now he's got to die. Singapore Street, a three-piece band on the corner played nearer my God to be. But Delia whistled a different tune. What tune could it be? The song that woman sung was Look Out Stegally. The song that Delia sung was Look Out Stegally. The song that woman sung was Look Out Stegally.
$2,500. $1,000. 500. Plus 100. Minimums. Minimums. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.